What up? What up? This your boy Sub riding on the highway, and I got this damn truck like 3, 4 feet behind me with a old. He feels like he needs to be up on my damn bumper. I hate when people get up on my bumper like that. But anyway, let me go and get off. Anyway, man, this is what I want to say, man. I want to talk to y'all about something. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I love to see black people who are willing to travel, leave the country, go different places, enjoy life, see what's out there, see what life has to offer. I'll be the first person you hear condoning us as African Americans traveling, seeing what the world has to offer, man. Especially black men. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one who will try to, you know, besmirch brothers for hopping in the plane and traveling and passport, man. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, one thing you will never hear from me is me downing brothers for traveling, man. I mean, we African Americans are underserved in that we don't travel, we don't see certain things, so we don't know what we can accomplish in business and see opportunities internationally because we don't travel. I think that that's something that we, need to start doing more of. You get what I'm saying? But I, when I hear people say certain things, and like I said, I don't want to get into no war or this with somebody over some shit. But sometimes people just say some of the dumbest shit to me and really don't look at facts and data. Okay, like as much as I think that there should be something done about how the police can kill black people with impunity and get off. I think that that is messed up. I think anybody that does that in this country, anybody that condones that is really, that's just inhumane. I think it's evil. I think it's all of the above when it comes to black people being harmed in this country. I think something needs to be done to alleviate that problem, right? I think the prison industrial complex is an issue in this country, right? But we've got to kind of know how to disseminate data and know what the hell we're looking at. You get what I'm saying? Right now, there are presently 2,500,000 people in jail right now in America, in the penal system, right now. Of that, let's say 50% of them are black. That's black men and women. So we talking about, if we go 50-50, we only talk about maybe 600,000 black men in prison right now. Tops. I know you've been told, let's say it's 1 million. We got about 22 million. 1 million are in jail. The other 21 million aren't in jail. This is, just look it up. If you think I'm lying, go look up the numbers, go look up the data before you just before we just get emotional and call me a coon because I'm saying what I'm saying. Go look up the data. Go look up and see if what I'm saying is not gospel truth, if it's not fact. I just looked it up. This is the thing, man, about being American. Y'all, like, and a lot of times the people that talk that shit about, well, it's better to be African than American. No, as an African American right now, you are afforded opportunities that 99% of people in the continent of Africa would kill for. You could get an education of which is high value if you are to travel and go stamp your passport. If you go stamp your passport and travel and live somewhere in a foreign country, your education being from America, the fact that you are American affords you a certain privilege that we as black African Americans hate and despise. And I think that is the dumbest thing we could do as African Americans is despise the fact that we are American. That is an advantage. The world right now follows black hip hop culture. The world right now, where did black pop culture come from? America. Now it came through oppression. I'm not saying everything about being American. That's why I call this video the benefit of being American, the benefits of it. Because there are downsides, there are pros and cons. And I think that when we look at the cons of it, I honestly think that the cons are outweighed by the pros. I think that it is beneficial that you, as a black person, have been born in America. I think that it is beneficial, and I think that our ancestors prayed. There are ancestors we have that prayed and prayed and prayed to be in the situation that you are in right now. And you look at it and you spit on it and you take it for granted. And you think that just because, what's up, William? We think that just because we are, what's the word? I don't know. We think because we are oppressed, we get into this, like they call it the oppression Olympics. And we start, well, I can't get this in America. I can't get that. Half the people that talk like that, the people that travel, that stamp their passports, are able to benefit from the fact. See, the fact that you can get your hands on, you go get you a part-time job at a damn bank somewhere making $10, $12 an hour and work part-time on the weekends as a teller while you got your full-time job, and all the money, all the checks you get off that every 2 weeks, say you get, I don't know, $400, a $500 check every 2 weeks, right? That means you get $800 a month. That means that in a year you can work a job and get, what's that? I don't know, shit, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? $10,000. You can save up $10,000, of which you can take that, hop a plane, fly your ass to Africa, stamp your passport, take that $10,000 and buy houses and start investing in Africa. What brought this up, William, was just I'm watching videos, man, and I'm listening to stuff. Okay, this nigga here a troll. You ain't gonna get me today, whoever the fuck you are. And Taurus, you're not gonna get me today. You tripping. You did that shit last time. That shit ain't gonna work this time, homie. Nah. He trying to get me to do a damn, he want me to go get to screaming and get emotional. Nigga, you ain't finna get me like that. Let me say this, man. So the thing is, man, black people, I want you guys to understand that if you're in America, you're benefiting from so much shit you can do. I got students. Shout out to my students, man. I got a student the other day called me. He making 85,000. This brother met me on the internet. What's up, Gunner Warrior? Trained, and now he's making. In fact, Gunner Warrior is certified in Oracle. I mean, not Oracle. Sorry, Salesforce. He met me through YouTube. Listen, did I think if Gunner Warrior, correct me if I'm wrong. And this brother got like 2 or 3 Salesforce certifications. This brother can go out here and make $50 an hour right now. You see, what's up, Hiawatha? You know what I'm saying? That's crucial. This is America. You can do that. Africans would kill. Africans would risk their lives to be in the circumstance where they could be economically viable in America. They would kill. The average African would kill to be in the situation. What's up, TT? They would kill to be in the situation that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, African Americans would kill. I mean, African Americans. Africans would kill to come to America, get their situation to where they can go and get an education. I mean, look at what happens when Africans come here. Let's look at this, right? While we talking shit as African Americans and talking about how fucked up America is and how you oppressed in America and you can't get this and you can't get that, right? And a lot of that shit is valid. I'm not saying it's not. But let's look at what happens when Africans and Jamaicans come to America. What do? Well, they get higher net worths than white people. So Africans come over here with the right. What is the difference? It's attitude. It's your outlook. It's your opinion. I'm going to give you a good example. I heard a sermon from a guy some months ago. He said this shoe company hired 2 guys to go to Africa, right? They went to Africa. The first guy went to Africa and saw a bunch of people not wearing shoes. He went out in the bush, saw a bunch of people not wearing shoes. And he came back and he said, Africa's a terrible market. We can't use this market. And they said, why? He said, because these people don't wear shoes, right? They sent another guy to that same market. That guy came back and said, Africa's a great market. They said, why? He said, because those people don't wear shoes. So we could get them to wear shoes. We would really corner the market. Outlook is everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Outlook is everything. If you don't value, guys, hear me if you don't hear nothing else I say, man. hear me out right here. If you don't value the opinion or of what I'm telling you, then fine. But just hear me out. If you black and you in America and you really thinking things through, America right now, for anybody that's black, the world is your oyster, man. It's nothing. It's not even a big deal for you to do a deal and make $70,000, $80,000. You know how many people I heard Erica Williams is got a conglomerate working with people. I got a dude I know that, like I told you guys the other day, working with a bank. I was on O'Shea's channel. Guy works with a bank. He went to this thing called the Gathering Spot in Atlanta, which is like this monthly membership, and you meet a lot of well-to-do, successful black people in Atlanta. And they got the same thing in DC. They got the same thing they're about to open up in Chicago and LA and New York. So it's going to be a bunch of well-to-do black people having it's going to be called the Gathering Spot. Google it. I mean, it's on YouTube. Check it out. Right. But the point I'm trying to make about the Gathering Spot is this brother came, he met up with these people. They formed a conglomerate. Now they out here doing business and making money. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think that you are the most blessed people on the face of the earth as black people with melanin by living in America, then you really are kind of you. It's almost like you in a you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you in a situation where you're not really looking around you, man. You surrounded by wealth. We so set up. We so well to do in America that if I tell you, hey man, I got a washing machine, a dryer, I got I got 2 cell phones, I got 3 cars, I got a 2-car garage and a 2-story house, I got heating and air, cable, internet, you know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of shoes that cost over $100. I got a bunch of nice outfits. I take trips every 3 months. Oh, and by the way, I'm broke. Like this is how a broke person lives in America. All the shit I just said. You see what I'm saying? I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I ain't got this. I ain't got that. What's wrong with that picture? Black people, man, I hate to hear black folks talk all this shit because they done went to Africa a couple of times. I'm like, your ass wouldn't be in Africa if it wasn't for what the fuck you was doing in America that allowed you to get money. You wouldn't be able to go to Africa because that shit costs $2,000 round trip. If you lived in a country where you was making $100 a month, your ass wouldn't be in Africa. A lot of niggas that's over there talking all this shit about why it's better, Africa's this and Africa's that. And I'm not shitting on Africa now. Don't get it twisted. And I think you should go to Africa and do business if you can do that. But they're ignoring the millions of Africans who we've all seen who are breaking their necks to get the hell up out of Africa. They breaking their necks to get the hell up out of Africa for a reason, man. Let's not, you know what I'm saying? Let's not play semantics and play stupid and play dumb, man. I hate to see people, just because you woke in countries, you telling people it's better to be African than African American. Where? It's better to be an African American in Africa than to be an African. I'll give you that. Because your ass is African American. They gonna treat you different. They always assume you got money. I've been all over the world, man. If you've traveled and you black, you know I'm telling the truth. If you've traveled and you black, you know I'm telling gospel truth. You can go anywhere in the world. It's a certain level of cachet and respect that comes with being African American. People respect you more when you travel and you African American. I'm telling you what I know, what I've seen in person. I've seen a myriad of people come into a circumstance or situation and see, oh, this guy's African American. And I get respect when I'm in the Dominican Republic, when I'm in Brazil, when I'm in Ethiopia, when I'm in Uganda, when I'm wherever. You know what I'm saying? You get respect. Asia, anywhere. Now, of course, people still, when they get upset, they're going to call you a nigga. When they get upset, the world, is a lot of shit that is true. But that shit is universal. Even in, Latin American countries, yeah, when they get upset, they got their little names. They going to call you out. But as much as I wouldn't trade that shit for nothing in the world, because for me, I'm able to do shit that a lot of African people with melanin can't do. We are the wealthiest group of people on the planet. And instead of us saying, well, you know what, we are blessed and we need to take advantage of the opportunities that lie before us as African Americans, be it traveling foreign and going into Africa as an African American, or doing business in America, but whatever. But at least you taking advantage of being an American. Because even the guys that's traveling, they not keeping it a buck with you, man. A lot of these people that's telling you Africa this, Africa that, they not keeping it a buck. They're not telling you, look, man, the reason I'm over here to do the things I'm doing and benefiting from this shit, people fuck with me a lot harder because I'm American. For them, it's damn near a status symbol. I got an American friend. Like, let's not, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say we're better than them. No, what I'm saying is people want to be associated with winners. America runs the world. The US dollar is how they price oil, man. Like, to sit and act like America's dominance doesn't give you some sort of cachet when you go to Africa is just outright foolish. And for you to take that and take advantage of that, but then turn around and try to shit and say, well, man, you know, you should denounce America, man. You know, they shoot and kill people. Let's do math, okay? You got 600,000 law enforcement people in this country, right? Let's say they kill 2,000 a year, 2,000 black people. Out of those, how many of those are unarmed? Let's say half of them. Let's say 1,000. And out of that, how many of them are doing some shit that really kind of, I kind of see why they shot him. He kind of came at him with a brick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He attacked the cop. Let's say half. So they shoot probably 500 unarmed people, innocent people per year. That's fucked up. And we need to do something about that. And I do agree. So I think we need to economically boss up and do what we got to do to get our shit together. Now we got 45, roughly almost 50 million black people in this country. So, and I mean, I'm not gonna go into what we got black on black crime. I don't do that shit. I don't do that. I think they need to do something about these cops. I agree 1,000%. Cops get away with bloody murder, right? But even that being said, that does not come close. I heard somebody, well, you know, it's safer for you here in Africa than it is. I'm like, look, yeah, I mean, if you move to Africa and you go to certain parts, is it safer in the sense? Yeah, and then part of that, people might not want to fuck with you because you're American, and they feel like you know, I mean, it might make international news or some shit. People don't want to get into that. They might send military. So who wants to deal with that? So a lot of times, people don't fuck with you because you're American. I saw a video a while ago. A dude hit Future's bodyguard got stolen, right? And the dude bodyguard was walking. The bodyguard had defended because they had got physical with Future trying to get to him. It was about a bunch of little weak ass motherfuckers, right? Over in, I think it was somewhere in some European nation. I think it was France or Italy, somewhere. So they're at the airport. Future's getting ready to leave. The bodyguard had done his thing. He walking. This dude came up behind him and stole on him and hit him in his jaw and knocked him out, knocked him unconscious. And what do they do? This is how I know that being America has an advantage. What do they do? You stole on a dude from behind him like a coward, right? And what do they do? Oh, we knocked out Future bodyguard. We knocked out Future bodyguard. They scream. Why is that? Because it's Future. Not only is it, look, I'm telling you now, when you're American and you go to these foreign countries, you are a target. A lot of people are jealous of your ass because they feel like you got everything at your disposal. A lot of people try to game you and take shit from you when you go to these foreign countries because they're jealous. They want what you have. Why is it such a big deal you knocked out Future's bodyguard from behind like a sucker? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, you do that shit in Atlanta, people will look at you like, nigga, you a bitch. You a coward. That's how a lot of people will look at you. But them dudes over there, they so out of touch over there. Just the fact that they knocked out Future's bodyguard, they like, okay, we actually touched somebody that's close to Future. And they felt like that was fame. It's really a deep thing. That they felt like they was doing some big shit when they knocked out Future bodyguard, that they actually had to brag about it. It's not a big deal to us. In America, we look at you like you're a coward. Most of the time you do some junk like that. A guy walks up on a body, we'll be like, man, that was a bitch move. Most people would say that. But these people want to be like when you listen to that music, when you listen to music, I was at a spot yesterday, place called Seavers over there on Juniper in Atlanta, right? Real nice place. And they was playing some old Arab hip hop. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, this nigga he got a trap beat and he trying to rap like one of us. Why? Why does the world imitate Americans? You know, African Americans of all people. Like everywhere you go, China, Asia, Korea, they imitate us. They dance, they steal our dances, they steal everything. Why is that? People want to be us. People want to live in America. They want to be partake in our culture until it comes time to really partake in everything that goes with us. Then they want to go back to their own culture. And this is true for black people that are from foreign countries as well as, Asians and everybody else. Everybody, when it's time to really, really be down and be black, they go back. No, I'm Dominican. I'm Cuban. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm Brazilian. I'm Cape Verdean. I'm whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they that's how that works. And I'm man, let me tell you something, man. Like if you're American, man, and you live in this country and you see all these opportunities that are coming our way and what we have at our feet right now and the things that we have at our disposal, and you don't take advantage and partake in these opportunities, and you want to try to play this game of just bitching and complaining about racism, white supremacy every day. And because I'm a black man, I can't be happy and have a smile on my face. Because I'm a black man, I can't be thankful for for where God has blessed me to be in America and be able to make. I just got a job yesterday for $70 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Now I've been out of work for like a month, but now I'm making $70 an hour. Got a call yesterday. Guess what? I didn't even put a job application in. I working around the 30th of June. I have not worked, didn't put a job application in nowhere. People just called me trying to give me a job all the time. I took a guy's phone call, talked to him, went on the interview, did well, they gave me the job. In America. You know what I'm saying? How many people in Africa can get their hands on that type? I'm not trying to brag now, because actually in Atlanta, that's just regular. It's people in Atlanta make way more than that. So I'm not trying to act like I'm some big fish. And I got students that's right there on my damn heels. I got students that's getting $55 out here. So, you know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, how many people nationally and worldwide can get their hands on that type of money? On a weekly basis, you can make $2,800 every Friday, direct deposit. You see what I'm saying? See, I could, if I'm disciplined and I don't go and be frivolous with my money and do dumb shit with my money, and I keep my debts low and I keep my lifestyle at a certain level, do you understand how much freedom that affords me? Yeah, I could work 6 months, save up $50,000 or $40,000, whatever, right? Hop a plane and go live in Africa for a year, then come back and do the same thing. And I'm talking about live like a king with 40,000 over there, and probably go there and start buying property and shit. Start doing Airbnbs and stuff like that. Like O'Shea was telling me that the one lady does. You see what I'm saying? African Americans, man, if you are American and you're African American and listening to this video, you one of the people listening to me, look around, be thankful for what God gave you. I honestly think this woke conscious stuff done more damage than good. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Because now we'll be up here in an opportunity that our ancestors prayed for. Our ancestors prayed. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So you say, thanks, William. It says, I don't hate the back to Africa talk, but I hate when they never tell you the negative aspects. They want to paint people romanticize Africa and make it like it's so great. And that's the thing. And like I was saying a second ago, our ancestors prayed to be in a situation where they can get a job making 85, 90, 100, 200. It's not even a big deal to make six figures. Quiet as kept. A black person making six figures ain't really, to me, a big damn deal, because I do IT. Now, I'm not out of touch. Don't get it twisted. I know $60,000 is damn good money. That's $30 an hour. That's $28, $29 an hour. I'm not saying that that's not any money and it's chump change. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you're a black person and you can make over $100,000, I'm proud of you. I think that's a great thing that you can do that. But guess what? It's not really a big deal in a city like Atlanta. It's so many people I know around here in Atlanta. It ain't no big deal. I know people work at like department stores and banks and Best Buy. They make over $100,000 and it's not a big deal. With all their bonuses and stuff like that, it's nothing. I know people that make that kind of money driving trucks. It's so, think about that for a second. You could be a felon in America, drive a truck, right? You could be a felon, drive a truck, have bad situations, and still pull 100,000 a year. You could in America, you could have been be a baby mama, dropped out a baby at 19, made a mistake, and now you're a doctor. In Africa, let me explain something to you. In Africa, if you born in the bush, the chances of you becoming someone who makes 80,000 a year, no, not even 80. The chances of you becoming someone who makes $50,000 a year in Africa, the statistical chances of you making that kind of money are very slim, unless you get your ass out of Africa. This is why, see, this is what they don't, all these people that romanticize Africa and you know, all this, you know, all that craziness. This is why you see people risking their lives trying to go through North Africa, through Morocco and through Libya and shit like that. Google it. Go look. It's on YouTube. When Gaddafi died, it was a BB. I think it was BB, the BBC, whatever BBC, whatever. They caught some Libyans. They was about to fuck some Africans up. They was finna kill their ass because the Africans was trying to come through the country and trying to get to Europe. And the Libyans, racist, then I'm talking about Arabs, racist as hell. They was killing them, cutting their heads off. But these Africans wanted to get out of their situation so bad that they're willing to take their children, their families, and everything, and try to take that long trek, get across the Mediterranean Ocean, sea, I mean, and get to Europe, because they feel like if they get to Europe, they can be blessed. Look at John Boyega. John Boyega, the actor that's in Star Wars, has taken all these roles from these African American actors and stuff, and he got down on people that want to point this out, right? The thing is, he said that he went on Facebook, Instagram or something when he got the role for Star Wars. He said when he got the role for Star Wars, he thanked his parents. He said the best thing you ever did was get the hell out of Nigeria. Now that if that don't tell you all, like, but we got all these Amun worshiping, you know, people that think that, you know, hey man, we the Egyptians and we did this, and you know, the black man, those black man is God people, they'll get you screwed up, people. And I'm sorry if you think that, hey, I'm just saying it comes a time when that stuff becomes detrimental. When you want to romanticize Africa and not look at the fact that you are, as an African American, in a good situation. If you can get a job making $50,000 a year, you one of the wealth. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this: if you living at the poverty level in America, you are in the top 20 percentile in income in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just go ahead and look at the numbers. You see what I'm saying? All these countries that these cats is visiting, you got folks over there making $40 a year a month. Like, people living off $200, $300 a year. Like, I kid you not. There are people I've been to Ethiopia. There are people I knew that would live out in villages and stuff like that, and they would come to the city to try to get a job and live because they couldn't make it. It'd be so bad. This is why prostitution is so bad over there. This is why you see young girls selling their coochie. See, we gonna go there a little bit. See, people want to romanticize this stuff. You got people who have daughters that's working as prostitutes for people coming from Belgium, people coming from Europe, and them white boys come over there and they beating the brakes about them black Africans over there. I'm telling you what I know. This is well documented. I was in Ethiopia, and I never forget this. I was in Ethiopia, and I saw this fat, ugly looking ass, like, black dude, white dude, right? When I tell you, this motherfucker had the baddest chick in Ethiopia. So bad, everybody over there was staring at her like, damn. Like, she was bad. This this white dude from Europe was with her. Fat dude. And we was out 3 weeks over there. The whole time we over there, every time we out, we'll be out. We see him and her. He tricking off. He buying her stuff. She all hugged up on him. And I'm sitting like, we know damn well he wouldn't be able to get a woman like that in his country. Well, he probably would, because if he got the money. But he was over there buying coochie. And he had the baddest chick in the country. This is what they do. They go to these white boys go to Africa. 'Cause you get the out of Europe, you can get to Africa for like $500. It ain't nothing, right? They got these little bouncer flights that you could jump from one country, be there for 2 weeks, bounce to another. They sell them in packages. It's real cheap. Go to cheapflights.co.uk and go and type LHR for London Heathrow or London LGW, London Gatwick Airport, and try to get a flight into Africa, see how cheap it be. Watch it be about $400, $500 round trip, right? It's cheap to get to Africa out of Europe. But let me say this. These white boys over there beating the brakes about these. I'm talking about like little 14, 15-year-old girls. Why is that? Why would as a father would you let your daughter sell her coochie? What's so bad that you would let your daughter in a lot of these countries, these chicks are married. They husbands will whoop their ass if they don't go sell the coochie to some Americans or to some tourists that's coming in. Because if in a night she sleep with you and get $60, shit, that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's just real. That's a lot of money. That's just real, man. So what I want you people to see is that if a woman is in these foreign countries and they selling coochie for this and selling coochie, that's a telltale sign of an economic problem. If a woman and let's look at it in America. You might be like, well, shoot, I mean, women selling coochie in America too. Let's look at it. Look at the type of woman that sells coochie. Most 99%, ain't gonna say 99%, but most women ain't selling their coochie in a damn strip club. Most women ain't. Now, women don't come with that stupid, well, I mean, if you married, you still buying coochie because you got to pay. Man, whatever. If that's the case, then, come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. When I say I'm talking about just an outright no emotional connection. We're not in a relationship. I don't know you. You just walked in here 5 seconds ago and you asked me for the price. That's a difference than we dating you, my woman. I take you out on a date. I'm trying to get to know you. Maybe we can get married or maybe we can date and we courting or whatever. And, oh, yeah, 2 months later or 2 weeks later, whenever we have sex. That's different. Okay, so let's not go there. What I'm saying is economically, it speaks volumes when women are selling coochie, little young girls out there doing that stuff. It speaks volumes when you go to these countries. Just look at the poorest countries in the world. Just look it up. You know what I'm saying? Now, does that mean now Ethiopia, when I was there, was like the poorest country in the world? But I'm gonna tell you something. I had a blast. I had a great time. I'm American. I had women. This girl Bethlehem. I was talking to this girl named Haggery. I had a blast. You hear me? We had a blast. We was out every night. We was partying. The stuff was cheap. You go in the spot with like $6 and eat like a king. For $6, you eat steak. You eat, you know what I'm saying? Good stuff. Seafood, salmon. This is what they was feeding us. I was eating injera. You know what I'm saying? That's the Ethiopian cuisine. You know what I'm saying? I was having a blast. So I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that, but let's not act as though, that wasn't because I'm American and I only went over there with like about $1,000 for 3 weeks and lived like a king with 3,000. With $1,000, my homeboy had 1,000. I had 1,000. This is when I was young. I was younger. I ain't wait a minute. No. That was Ethiopia. Yeah, Ethiopia. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't have as much money, but when I went over there, I had a blast. You see what I'm saying? So this is the thing I want y'all to know, man. If you're American, it's so much you can do, man. Like right now, if you want to start an online business, right, in America, and I say, all right, man, you need $500. You need to buy this, and this. You won't bat an eye. I don't give a damn if you broke. You could be the brokest nigga in the world working at Burger King making $8 an hour. If I tell you need $500 to start an online store, you don't even need that, right? You can do it for 150 or 160 shit with nothing. You can do it for free, really. But that's another video. But what I'm saying is, you start your online store because you can just drop ship, be honest with you. But what I'm saying is, let's say you needed to start $500 to start this business. You would be dancing in the streets, even if you work at McDonald's making $8. Why? Because you're like, oh, that's nothing. I can get my hands on $400. You got income tax coming. You got all types of things that you could do to get your hands on $400. You could work overtime. You get you another job. You could get your hands on $400 as an African American fairly easily and quickly, which tells you something about being American. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you in Africa and your ass live on $300 for a year, and somebody say you need $500, that will be equivalent to somebody telling you if you living on, let's say you living at poverty and you making, I don't know, 20,000 a year, 15,000, 17,000 a year, right? And somebody tell you, hey man, you need to get your hands on $30,000, $25,000. You be like, man, that's a lot of damn money, man. That's a lot of money for people that don't make minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's damn near seems insurmountable, don't it? It's not, but even in America, even in that situation of that analogy I just gave, a person making $20,000 a year could get their hands on $25,000 a year in probably a year. Man, you crazy. Think about how many black folks you see get part. You ever want to see how blessed black people are? Watch them pay for a wedding. If a black woman is about to get married, watch how in 6 to 9 months, they are a year, they ass will come up with $40,000 cash. And you'll be like, how in the hell did you get $40,000 to pay for this shit? I done been to weddings and I done seen some sick stuff at weddings. I'm talking about jokers trying to get a hot air balloon. Like people doing crazy shit at weddings. Right, riding off in a horse and carriage and the damn cake costs $2,000. The dress is $3,000. You know what I'm saying? I done seen weddings like that. I done seen black couples, and I'm like, okay, he works at the bank making about 45. She's a school teacher. Let's say she's making 50. How the hell in a year they paid $40,000 for a wedding? Oh yeah, man, he worked there. He got a job part-time working at AutoZone. He did a lot of overtime. She did this. She started doing hair on the side. She was doing this. She was doing that, and they saved it up, and they got. And I'm like, $30,000 for a wedding in 12 months. So black people in America, I don't give a damn how broke you are. If you really wanted some shit, if you really need it, when you feel like it's important, black folks will bust their ass to get it. Just like black women who will exercise. If a black woman, it's three, I was talking to, shout out to Lauren, one of my students. He said 3 reasons why a black woman exercises. He said a breakup, a wedding, or a vacation. Those are the times you won't see a black woman get out there and lose 10, 15 pounds in like a month. She'll do it. Tell her she about to get married. I done seen it's videos right now. Go look up a lot of these water fast videos. I've seen a chick. This chick lost 25 pounds in a month water fasting because she had a wedding coming up. She didn't eat for like 2 weeks. She just drank water. I'm like, damn, she got the discipline when she want to lose the weight to get for the wedding because she want to shine, you know. Black women got to shine on these bitches for their wedding. You know how that go, right? That's how they be. You know, I got to shine on these hoes. You know how they talk. But what I'm saying is, black people in America have more opportunities than any other race or segment or group of black people on the planet. And I'm tired of watching us being taught to squander these opportunities because we are upset about racism, white supremacy, and yet we got opportunities right at our disposal. If you can work in 12 months and come up with $40,000 for a wedding, I kid you not. I've seen black people do this. They'll pay for a wedding straight cash, homie. Like Randy Moss said, straight cash, homie. You know what I'm saying? A black couple before a wedding will come up with $20,000, like it at least on average $25,000. If you got an $8,000 wedding, you doing damn good. Damn good. Most of the time, most people, I know people that went to HBCUs, a lot of my friends are black people that went to black colleges. A lot of them got jobs making 40, 50 or more. Some of them making higher. Some are making at least 35, 40. If you're making at least over $30,000, you're going to have your ass for a $20,000 wedding. I know people that did it, that paid $20,000 for a wedding. I know people that paid that and then went on a little $800 cruise. I'm like, hell, I'd rather take a sick trip. I'd rather have a $7,000 wedding and have a sick trip and come back and take the other 10 and put that shit down on my damn a house or something. If you're gonna do it. But that's what we do as black people. We'll spend all our money on dumb, frivolous stuff, and then we want to talk about, well, it's better to be African than it is to be African American. I saw the video with O'Shea. I'm not trying to go after the brother. I don't know him. I don't want to get no damn debate with the brother. I want to be going back and forth. But like I do feel like in my heart that, yeah, they are right. that when they say stuff like, well, yeah, man, you know, you could be killed in America by a cop. True. You could be put in jail unjustly. Yep, true. You can. But let me ask you this. I'm gonna go ahead and ask some real questions right now. Like, and Dante S, I hear you say that's exactly why I'm against pro-black. It's nonsense and not helpful to black people's success. I mean, yeah, and I'm finna jump on that in a second. You can't be pro-black, just don't be YouTube pro-black. I hear you, Doug. This is the thing. Let me say this right here, right? Let's look at Monique's situation, right? So Monique, it went on Steve Harvey's show. Y'all look at the timing of this shit. So Monique, first of all, let's look at Monique's. Look at her situation. So Monique was in. She did the Parkers. She was starting to get her lane. Hollywood was starting to show her some love. She did Precious, won an Oscar, got into it with Lee Daniels, right? Then she had the situation happen with her and Oprah, right? Both of them are what they call kingmakers. These are people in good position. She waited about 4 years. Monique wasn't out here talking all that shit. Monique wasn't out here going at these people like that. But after 4 years, when she realized she wasn't getting any calls, she wasn't going to get no job, then Monique became conscious. And now everybody on YouTube, oh, yeah, go ahead. Tell them, Monique. Tell them. Let me say this, man. Monique, this is what that pro-black shit'll get you when it come time. And see, I know I'm about to be called a coon, but you know, hey, it's YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got to live in excitement, man. I got to. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? let me say this. Let me go ahead and say this right here. So Monique been going off, cussing and going and screaming at everybody and acting crazy, shit like that. And then Monique had the Charlemagne interview. She going at Charlemagne. Then she talked to the dude, Jordan Peele, gave her the movie This Christmas, Almost Christmas or whatever, with eight other celebrities that are just as big as she is, but she want to take all the credit for the movie. That's her. I did a movie that made $42 million. Yeah, but it was Danny Glover, Gabrielle Union, DC Young Fly. It was a bunch of people in that damn movie. It wasn't just you, but she want to take all the credit, right? So then she did the movie, and then she got blackballed. She cussing everybody out. And then now she does interviews, and she always going at people. And she did an interview last week talking about Steve Harvey was a coward. Let me say this, man. Everybody that got jobs, some of y'all might be at work right now listening to me. I wanna challenge all these pro-black, keep it real niggas. Go cuss your white boss out who you know is racist. Go tell that motherfucker in his face he a cracker, he racist, and he ain't shit. Go do it right now. I'll wait. And once you do it in the comment section and tell me how did it go for your ass? You're not gonna do that, are you? Cause you smart and you know, like I ain't finna cuss his ass out unless I got another job on deck. Then I might do it then. But I ain't finna cuss him out. And you know, D.L. Hughley joked about that, like how a motherfucker would come to work and cuss people out because they know they got another job. Motherfucker, I ain't gonna tell you where I'm working at, and I ain't gonna tell you what my new job at, but I'm gonna cuss your ass out, right? That's what we do. Black people, we quick to want to tell somebody some shit to keep it real, and then fuck they shit up, and then we go and we take our ass back to work, right? As much Monique making, why would anyone hire her now? Exactly. Monique went on Steve Harvey's show. Let's look at what happened. Steve Harvey been doing fine. He got the Little Big Kids show. He had the damn Family Feud. He had the Steve Harvey show. He had all that shit going on, right? He got his radio show. Steve Harvey making the millions of dollars every year. Monique brings her keep it real, conscious ass on there. She cussing. Steve Harvey trying to be a friend and giving her opportunity to get back in good with a lot of people, and she won't shut the fuck up, right? She want to keep running her mouth, and she bitter and angry. She don't want to really, I'm gonna be honest with you, keep her mouth shut when it's time to keep your mouth shut. I ain't saying that you got to be a sellout, but let's not act like you say you pro-black and you would never tell a brother or sister to cuss out their white boss. Exactly. But the thing is, everybody getting mad. And look, I don't know what it is about Steve Harvey. I just always wind up having to defend some of the stuff because Steve Harvey do some dumb stuff. But that part says some dumb stuff when it comes to dating every once in a while. He does. But what I'm saying is, I felt like when she was on Steve Harvey's show, the cut and edited version that they cut out, and Monique talked about it. She said Steve Harvey came clean with her ass and was telling the truth about how he really feel about some white executives they did him wrong. About a month and a half later, all his shit got canceled. Y'all don't see that coincidence? Because I do. Them white folks signing the front of X. I would not tell Steve Harvey, I'm pro-black too, brother. I'm pro-black. It's an economic term. I'm very pro-black. Because it's talking about economics. It's not really, that's really the origin of that. Economics. So I'm very pro-black. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to, strategy and being smart and intelligent, I wouldn't dare tell Steve Harvey to mess up his money and call that man a coward because he chooses not to mess up his money. Black folks, we want to see people fucked up too much, if you ask me. I don't want that man fucking up his money. That's just like if I'm your homeboy, right? And let's say you a street nigga, you a goon, right? Because I got homeboys that's goons, right? So I had got into it with somebody, it was years ago. And my homeboy was like, man, why you ain't call me? I'd have came and da-da-da-da-da and did this and did that. I said, man, why I'm going to call you to get you in some shit to get you fucked up? He's like, yeah, man, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Another poor black man is no benefit. Right. Too much emotionalism, not enough rational thinking. That's it. I don't think that black people, when it comes to a lot of shit, I think we go with the end thing to do and say and be all just like, yeah, man, so-and-so's a cool. Steve Harvey a cool because what's Steve Harvey supposed to do? This man getting $30 million a year. What the fuck? He's supposed to fuck up his money and tell Monique, yeah, Monique, these crackers ain't shit. Yeah, Monique, these white Jewish executives, the only person I seen that really came clean on something like that was a dude that talks about putting his own money up. Dame Dash. He the only dude I see that really called it out. He called it down the middle. He was the only guy I see. And then they got him shook and he wound up apologizing. They had him so shook. He was so scared. He said it depends on what's being more important to you. Being pro-black or making the motherfucking money. Let me say this. I'm going to say this, bro. Yeah, I don't have to choose. Block you? When I blocked you? Hit me up, brother. I mean, if you're able to come, I hadn't blocked you. But let me say this. I don't have to choose, really. Like, I'm pro-black, right? If I work at a company, right? A company I'm finna work with, it's white people in there. Let's say I see them promoting the white boys over the black, one or two black employees they got in there, right? Because it's mostly white anyway. And let's say I see them doing that. And I just told y'all they finna give me $70 an hour, right? Do you think I'm finna go in there and cuss them crackers out and tell them, man, y'all ain't shit, man. Fuck y'all, man. Y'all gave that white dude the raise. Da, da, da. Yeah, I mean, to me, I would rather y'all see what I'm doing on my channel. Like, I'm trying to flip a house. I'm trying to train black people. I'm flipping cars. I'm a hustler. Who you are with let me tell you something. Pro-black, like I said, is an economic term. What are you doing with your money? Did we need A.G. Gaston out there with a gun helping the Black Panthers fight the FBI? Or did we need A.G. Gaston funding the movement like he did? Giving money, doing what he was doing. Everybody don't need to be out there with guns blazing, man. Everybody ain't in that situation. If you're a black man in America and you somehow fall your way into making millions of dollars like Steve Harvey, I don't need Steve Harvey out here keeping it real. If I want to hear some real shit, I come to YouTube. There's a bunch of pro-black niggas that sell incense and DVDs that ain't got no damn job that you can go listen to that'll probably tell you, that'll say some stuff that you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, man. Like, my thing is, man, I think you can be virtuous and intelligent and wealthy. Why do I need to sell it's like, it's almost like she trying to say that Steve Harvey sold his soul. Steve Harvey sat up there and kept it real with her for about a few minutes, edited the tape, and you know what them white folks did? They passed that shit around. I bet you word gonna get out when Steve Harvey was talking to Monique and said the real shit with Monique on that show. A few months later, his shit got canceled. Steve Harvey been on radio and TV for years. Steve Harvey been out for years. He get up there with Monique and 6 weeks later, all his shit canceled. Everything gets canceled at once. Y'all don't see the coincidence? Monique big mouth ass. He up there with Monique. Monique, see, me tell you something about niggas, man. This real. A lot of times, niggas ain't gonna be happy till they got you fucked up like them. If they fucked up, misery loves company. Now she done got that man kicked off all the shit, and she's still talking shit about the man, calling the man a coward. He was trying to be a friend and have her on the show. Everybody that tried to extend an olive branch to her got fucked over. Look at Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele tried to be nice to her. What she do? She started talking shit about him, right? Her husband with his Funky Fingers production ass. Go look up her husband. His name's Sidney something. That nigga ain't had no training. That nigga ain't had no credits under his name until he married Monique. Now all of a sudden, every time Monique up there, he trying to tell, well, that's not how business, nigga. What have you done? Who are you to be up here negotiating with Netflix? And then he couldn't even read the contract. This nigga gonna say that Monique couldn't tour no more. This how I know black people don't read word for damn. The dude released the correspondence. His dumb ass gonna release the correspondence he had with Netflix when it really made him look stupid. Because if you read what he released, and I read it on my video, go back, I did it in January of last year. It's called Monique versus Charlemagne. The very beginning of part 1 of that video, I read the contract of what he said that they was trying to do. Netflix told him and Monique, they said that she cannot do the exact same material while she's on tour for 2 years. That's all they wanted. They didn't say she could not tour for 2 years. But when he was on the Breakfast Club, well, they telling us that we can't tour for 2 years. No, what that means is you too lazy to make new material and then go on tour. So you want to keep doing that same shit and then getting paid for the same material for years as Monique, instead of going out and creating new material because they putting it on Netflix. And so you felt like you needed $2 million so you could go and sit down and create new material instead of busting your ass and hustling. That's what that was. See what I'm saying? That's why I call that nigga Funky Fingers Production. If you saw, go back and type that up. Funky Fingers Production in living color. Just go type it up. You'll see it. That's him. No credentials, but he think he got the cachet to be up there talking business when he don't really know what the hell he doing. That's the problem. Monique done got this man messed up, got Steve Harvey messed up, and now she out here talking shit. Talking about he a coward. He's a coward. Most people in the industry, let me tell you something. If you're a black person, I'm going to say it again. If you're a black person and you enter exactly the janky promoter. So, yeah, he is the source of all this. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Terrence, for saying that I exposed him. Monique begging Netflix she could have done her own tour, produced specials, sold it on her site if she's pro-black. Facts. That's why I don't respect Monique. Monique talking all this shit. Not one time have I seen Monique talking about getting her own streaming service. Not one time have I seen her really talk about real empowerment. Monique, if you trace Monique's heritage and history, not heritage, but her history, Monique has been dealing with Hollywood since the 80s. Monique go way back. She used to work with with Richard Pryor. You know, they call her the female Richard Pryor, something like in the future or something, next Richard. That was what Richard Pryor told her that. Like and Monique's sick now. I ain't saying she ain't good. And comedically, she's a genius. But when the last time you seen her do a good, what has she done comedically late? All she do is do interviews, talking, running her big ass mouth. That's all she do. And black folks, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to go off on a tangent. The point I'm trying to make is Monique is indicative of someone who has an opportunity and is not taking advantage of it and would rather sit and point and blame the finger at other people instead of taking what you do got in your opportunity. Taking advantage of the opportunities that you got at your disposal. If I was Monique, there's no way in hell I'd be sitting up here talking about I ain't got no damn money. I'm not part of the she bitching doing the shit she doing. If I was Monique, I wouldn't do it. You don't got to do it. It's not necessary. Monique already got a name, man. Monique could go out here and start. I did a video of how much it costs to start a streaming service like Netflix. First of all, you don't need certain resources at first because you don't need certain resources at first because quite frankly, you're not gonna have that much streaming going on at first. So they got prepackaged shit you could buy for like $2,000 up to like $40,000 to start a streaming service. Why do you think everybody and their mama putting out streaming services right now? It's not as expensive. The technology is actually getting cheaper. So for her to be talking like she did, why don't you create an app that has a streaming aspect to it for black comedians and black people to own and control their own image and not be juked, and they get a certain percentage of ownership or something. Like that's what I want to hear Monique talk about. She ain't doing that. That's why I can't respect her. But then you want this man who's getting $100 million to blow his shit up just so you can say he ain't a coward, so he can get a pat on the back. Niggas always want you to fuck your shit up, but they ain't got no checks to write. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. That's why, and I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna piss some people off when I say this. That's why I wasn't with that Colin Kaepernick shit. I wasn't with it. Go back. This is documented. I did a video back. Black people don't understand power. I said the NFL is a business. Those people are trying to sell tickets. You are a representation of an employee, and they don't want you. They gonna people view that, even though you probably ain't saying that. They view it as you hate America and you hate the military. That's how they painted it that way. So these people are in business. They got to get their balls out there in bed. They're gonna be like, oh hell no, I ain't finna. So that's what it was. And people, man, you a coon if you don't support. I'm like, it's not that I don't support it, but if I'm a dude making $5 or $6 or $10 million a year, I ain't finna kneel for no national. I'm gonna sit there and stand there and hold my. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the national anthem, and then I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna help fund black businesses. I'm gonna go out and help start. It only takes $300,000 to start a black credit union. All these athletes out here kneeling for the national anthem, but then you got a baby by 2 and 3 strippers. Like I know niggas. I ain't gonna name them. I'm not gonna even go there. But I know dudes in the NFL that was kneeling for the national anthem and it ain't doing shit for their communities. But like we all like, yeah, he down. No, that's a symbol, nigga. You doing something that's symbolic. That's not benefiting black people. I'm not benefiting from you having babies by 2 and 3 strippers, brother. I'd rather you stand your ass up, do the national anthem, get that money, and start a credit union so some black people can start getting loans to do houses. Start getting loans to start businesses. That's how you change and move the needle forward. What benefit do we benefit from Colin Kaepernick has? Like real talk. And I heard, and if you think I'm lying, go look up Choke No Joke and Gip. Big Gip, it was around January during the Super Bowl. And go look at what Gip said, because Gip from Goody Mob said some real shit. Gip was like, man, what the hell this dude at, man? Like all this shit, this movement is going on. This dude never shows up. He never has anything to say. So did the guy that played the cornerback in the NFL was like, dude, where you at? You never speak. You never, if you, I'm not going to liken you to Muhammad Ali. One thing about Muhammad Ali, he spoke up. He was able to, he's Muhammad Ali because of what he did. Colin Kaepernick is not Muhammad Ali. He's basically allowing other people to control the narrative. And then when you go on his website, he anything but pro-black. That nigga ain't pro-black. That nigga got LGBT, illegal immigrants, lesbian this and feminism. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. You can't be pro-black with all that shit on your website. Niggas, I'm not gonna get behind your ass unless I do research and see what it is you say you stand for. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing with Monique. Monique is the same. She just like Colin Kaepernick to me. Just like him. Now you want Steve Harvey to mess his shit up and call that man a coward. That's us as black people. We'll sit and bitch, moan, whine, and complain instead of looking at what we do have. Monique, when you got on that show with Steve Harvey, it shouldn't have had to get disrespectful. It shouldn't have had to be edited. That's why you fucked up. You don't know when to shut up. That's why, and the black man saw what people said, Jordan Peele, and put you in a movie, and you start talking shit about him. You can't, it's like no good deed goes unpunished. Everybody that tried to show her love, all her connections, Steve Harvey told the truth. Steve Harvey said she burned all her bridges. Did she not? Has she not? Well, he wasn't taking my phone calls. That man don't owe you shit. That man a multi-millionaire, that man doing good. What he gonna put you on the show? Because he feel like if I get on the phone with her, she gonna want me to take her on the show. And if I'm not, she gonna start talking shit about me too. That's why he wasn't talking to her. You a cancer. You see what I'm saying? So I want, she's a case study as us as African Americans, that as an American black person, you have benefits. You may not be as opportunities, may not have the opportunities of a Monique, but you do have opportunities as an African American. Don't mess them up trying to listen to a lot of these pro-black hotep types that's telling you some stuff that really is detrimental. You being American has afforded you certain rights that your ancestors died. They gave their lives to afford you. You know what I'm saying? That's just real. That's just real, man. You know what I'm saying? And we need to stop. Uh, yeah. If you want to do a Shopify store, people, uh, Dante Walker, that's his name. His name is Dante Walker. Go check him up. Black brother. Him, he talks about it. I mean, you got people making a killing off these Shopify stores. You can do a Shopify store and just drop ship. You can set that whole damn thing up for free. You're going to probably need some money to market, but you want to do test marketing. You spend about $3 a day, $3 to $5 a day, testing which ads could get the most conversions. See what I'm saying? Where did this shit come from? America. All of the shit that I'm talking about right now was started and cultivated right here in America. All of the people that you see that come to America that are black, that got melanin and kinky hair, just like outperform their white counterparts in the white Americans. So I'm sorry, miss me with that. And people in Africa know this. They see people moving to Europe and coming back with $40,000, $50,000 cash and doing shit, coming over to Africa and doing deals and buying houses. And, they got a cousin that's an engineer for Lockheed Martin. They got a nephew that works in America at some bank or something. He making X thousands of dollars a year, and he's sending his mama money. She driving a nice car over in Africa. She got a nice house because her son works at the bank. He's a corporate executive at the bank, making $150,000. So why is it they can do that, but we can't? We can do it, and we do. But I'm sorry, there aren't enough of us that appreciate. I don't think there are a lot of black people on the YouTube or in America that are appreciative and talk about the good things of being born in this country and how you can be successful and how you can make it. And we don't really have a lot of examples that are being outlined before us and demonstrated before us of black people winning all the time. Black people win all the time in Atlanta, Birmingham, Charlotte, Montgomery. Yes, even Montgomery. Black people win all the time in America, man. Greg Calhoun, God rest his soul, that man dead. That man was worth $100-something million. That dude was speaking on a panel at the Black Enterprise Conference, right there from Montgomery. My mama said when she worked at Winn-Dixie, he was a bag boy. Now this dude died a few years ago, a year ago or whatever, of stomach cancer. Greg Calhoun was good friends with Joe Jackson, Magic Johnson. He knew everybody. This dude, I was at the conference and I was talking to dudes that's millionaires and they bragging on Greg Calhoun. This is who we're talking about as a guy. And this guy right there from Montgomery, Alabama. Montgomery, and you can Google this. Montgomery, Alabama is the most, and I'm shocked to hear this shit myself. But they say if you want to start a black business in America, the number one city to live in is Montgomery, Alabama. My hometown. When I saw it, and Google it if you think I'm lying. Look it up. Number one, Montgomery. Another city, Jackson, Mississippi. Black people, we don't hear people talk about shit like this. Now, these may not be the bustling metropolis or the best cities to live in other areas, but one thing you can't deny about these cities is that they are great for black people to succeed in business. 35-40% of the businesses in the state of Mississippi are black businesses. Like this is shit we need to know about. This is what we need to talk about. We need to talk. So now with that information and your ass living in a place where you might be struggling, you're like, well, shit, I might can move to Mississippi. And yeah, I live in New York and I'm paying $2,500 a month rent. But if I come down south, hell, and you telling me my rent is $600 and I got a damn house, I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a basement for $700 a month when I'm paying $2,500 a month in New York. Yeah, I'm up in New York, I'm making 75. In Mississippi, I'm making 35. But guess what? I still got more money at the end of the month, even though I'm making $40,000 less. I meet so many people in New York that half Atlanta from New York, Philadelphia, like up north, man. Most of them come down here for a reason, bruh. That's real. Atlanta's a hustler city. I'm gonna start the course over in April, not April, probably late August, early September. But I want to come on here. I wanted to come on here today. Look, man, I got students, like I told y'all, man, that I got about 6, 7 students right now making $70,000 or more. You know what I'm saying? I got students that's got one guy, he got offered $55 an hour a week ago, 4 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be moving to Denver. This is one of my students. Shout out to Mark. I got people making $85,000, $90,000. I got people making, you know what I'm saying? That came through my course. You met a guy on YouTube and now you're making that kind of money. America. See what I'm saying? That's what America affords you. I wouldn't be able to help you. I wouldn't be able to help my students and do the thing I was doing if I wasn't living in this country. I'm not foolish by no stretch of the imagination to believe that there aren't benefits to being American, that I can hop in a plane and fly to any part of the world and benefit in business because I'm American. I'm not a fool, man. I know what time it is, man. I thank God every day I live in America. I do. Even though I could be shot and killed by a cop. That's like saying this, man. That's like if you ask, I know animals can't talk, right? But since Lion King out, let's talk about it for a second. If you were to ask a gazelle, do they like living in Africa? 9 times out of 10, they'll probably tell you yes. Does that mean that a gazelle don't have to worry about going to the watering hole? Does that mean that a gazelle doesn't have to worry about a cheetah or a lion doing something? Of course he do. But that don't mean, so yeah, in America, you do have certain pitfalls. You got the police, you got certain things, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't scared of no damn police. You know why? When he walk up, I'm putting my hands out the window. I got my driver's license. I give him my insurance. I got my if he talk to me crazy, yes sir, no sir. Even though I might want to slap the shit out of him, I'm not gonna get up and slap the shit out of him. I'm not gonna fight with the cop. I'm not gonna see. I'm gonna do certain things that probably are going to mathematically probably raise the chances and lower the chances of me getting shot, or choked or killed. Right? It's just certain things you can do. Now, does that mean that the cop won't fuck with you? Of course they gonna fuck with you because that's what cops do. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do now. And I do think we need to do something about that. I'm not making an excuse for that. I'm not one of those, what about black on black crime people? I'm not doing that. But what I will say is, when your shit together, you don't really have to worry about the cops too tough. It's only when you doing some criminal shit or some shit you ain't got no business that you really, of a lot of times, are afraid of the cops. Most people I know that are professional and got their careers and they get pulled over by the police. I got pulled over a while ago. I wasn't worried about shit. He came, hey, how you say, officer? So yeah, you had a tail light out. Oh, okay, I didn't know. Okay, license registration, took my shit, ran it, gave, shot on my merry way. You know what I'm saying? Real easy. Didn't have to worry about it. Exactly. A bruised ego is better than a bruised body. Look, man, you ain't gonna win with the cops 9 times out of 10. Like people in New York throwing water on the cops and shit. And I was listening to Reed. Yeah, people getting tired of that. But I'm like, do you really want to play that game with the police? Like, do we as black, are we really prepared to go to war with the cops? Do we really think that that's what we want to do? You want to throw a water bucket throw water on the cops. A cop will say he feel for us, like turn around and shoot the shit out of you on camera. And his ass will be to work the next day. And y'all know that. Like this is the thing. Like it's I'm gonna tell you something, man. We as black people need to do some sort of psychoanalyzation of ourselves and how we look at things and what we embrace, what certain ideologies and ideals and things that we embrace as blackness. Right? When to call a person a coon who's making $20 million a year because he don't go out and do what Monique does is not to me. I think Steve is stupid for even having our ass on the show, to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck what she have to say. She called me whatever she want to call me. We'll be cool when we see each other. Call me a coon. I'm a coon. I'm still making my 20 million though. And then and what you do with your money, once again, that's why I said we need to examine what we identify as blackness. What you do with your money is what makes you a coon. I'm going to say that again. What you do with your money is what makes you a coon. Not the fact that you do things to protect your money, but the fact that when you get your money, right? If I give you $30 million a year, right? And you out here buying pussy, buying strippers, right? You're not economically empowering yourself, your people, your children. You got motherfuckers out here on child support, They don't raise their kids. Like, for example, Future, right? Future is a coon for a myriad of reasons. Like, I mean, where do I begin, right? It's like like they say, like a mosquito in a nudist colony, right? Like, where do I begin with Future? First of all, not only is this nigga is Future of coon for the shit that these white Jewish executives got him selling to his people, right? That's one. That's the first primary reason I would say he's a coon. This nigga makes all this money as a rapper, and he doesn't want to raise his kids. This nigga has just got his 7th baby born. 7. He done had women having abortions. This nigga is out here having unprotected sex. His ass gonna fuck around and be done got AIDS, sleeping with all these damn women without protection, right? These chicks is stupid for. I wouldn't touch Future ass. This nigga got 7 kids. The nigga ain't making that money. I mean, he making money. He ain't that rich. You have a baby by a dude like that. That dude probably. I know. Thank you about this. Thank you, M. Sway. I know that Steve Harvey does a Black Boys mentoring camp. See, that's why when I found this information out, and I forgot all about that. That's why I said what I said about Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is actually a guy who does something in the community. Unlike Monique, I ain't heard shit about Monique doing a damn thing but talk. I ain't heard shit about none of these people doing nothing, man. So the Future is a problem, man. Okay, so Future got $30 million. He rich. Okay, so that nigga got 7 babies. Split that up by 7. That's $4 million, right? Future ain't giving, but he was paying what, $2,500 a month to Sierra, and struggled to do that. Wasn't even paying that shit on time. Don't let these white folks fool you. Future ass ain't got no damn $30 million. First of all, I don't even think that nigga got $30. Number one, not liquid cash. People's hear net worth and think that means liquid cash. No, that nigga probably got a lot of that shit up in his record label or some shit. A lot of that shit. Man, that nigga he might have a few $1 million, maybe 2 or 3. And this nigga popping out 7 babies. Shit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That nigga is a coon to me. That nigga, like, to me, that a nigga that get all that money and all you worrying about is some coochie, that's a simp right there to me. A nigga that you make it to the NFL or NBA, and yeah, you don't stand for the national, you kneeling for the national anthem, but you got three baby mamas, you fucking strippers. This nigga married a damn what you call that? I forget what you call it. The dancer, burlesque. This nigga married a burlesque chick and I'm like, come on, man. Like, you kneeling for the national anthem and you doing some of that dumb shit you do. When I heard it, and the dudes that was talking, they was talking about him kneeling for the national anthem, the dude I'm talking about. And I'm sitting there thinking, listening. So I asked her, I said, yeah, so what does he do? Yeah, man, he got baby by someone. Well, actually, he got 3 kids. He got 3 kids. He got another kid, but okay. So okay. So where he from? Yeah, man, he do this, do that. Okay. I'm like, so they tell me how much money he got. The nigga bought a Bentley and all. Not a Bentley. Rolls Royce. The damn I forget the big one, whatever it is. Right. He bought one of those, a Phantom. Right. He doing all that shit. And I'm sitting thinking to myself, this nigga ain't giving back to his community. Why do we love this nigga for kneeling for the national anthem, who doesn't give back to his community, who doesn't do shit? But we'll call Steve Harvey a coon who has a Black Boy mentoring camp and was doing a lot of shit in his community. Because what, he don't brag about it? We don't see it on TV? See what I'm saying? The people that you've been taught to love don't do a lot of these niggas that's on YouTube don't do shit in their community. Some of these people that are black millionaires from doing documentaries don't do a damn thing but documentaries, and they think they build it by talking. I'm not saying that you can't help people by doing documentaries, because I think 7 a.m. is one of the best documentaries ever. I love 7 a.m. You know what I'm saying? But some of this stuff I think is detrimental, because at the end of the day, we've talked, we on fucking Hidden Colors 8 now. Like, you know what I'm saying? How many Hidden Colors are we gonna do? Like, we hidden colors. All right, so now you mad at the white man because they lied and stole your history. All right, now what? How am I empowered by that shit? You still got to take your ass to work tomorrow, don't you? Okay, you God. Okay, the black man manufactured your clothes. The white man manufactured your clothes. He manufactured the car. He owns where you rent. You work for him. And if he paying your ass 30, 40,000, he probably making 500,000 off your ass, right? Everything about you is white. The TVs you buy, the everything about you, the clothes you wear, the shoes you wear, the food you eat. You know what I'm saying? The shopping centers you spend your dollars at. See what I'm saying? But now you watch Hidden Colors, so you empowered. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not dogging, I don't agree with everything in Hidden Colors. I'll go ahead and admit it. I don't, but I'm not dogging the brother. You know, I'm not dogging Tariq. Tariq trying to make $1. Really, to be honest with you, that's what he's doing. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a black man making money. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, watching these documentaries and doing these things ain't gonna empower me. Unless you got to document what I need to do X to help me get. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I can sit right here, right now on my channel and put my phone in front of, because I done bought a bunch of these documentaries, my damn stuff. I put that shit on my computer, stream it, right? And put it on my phone and let y'all sit here and watch it all day, right? I want y'all to tell me after watching all the documentaries, we can put Hidden Colors on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. We can put 7 a.m. We can put Gentrified. We can put Generation 1. We can put Black Friday. I got all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We can sit there and I can stream all them damn documentaries, right? And then I want y'all to go out here and do anything. How are you more equipped to handle whatever it is that they was talking about, whatever type of racism, white supremacy? Let's talk about Gentrified. I watched Gentrified. It didn't tell me how to fix my credit and get my shit together so I can't be gentrified. Oops. It didn't. It talked about gentrification. It talked about a problem, but it didn't give me a solution. And I know everybody, well, where's the solution? Where's, people get mad when you talk about solutions. But I'm sorry, I'm about solutions, man. I'm a man. I'm not, I don't care about getting emotional about some shit. I don't want to get emotional. If I sit and think about the things that, and I honestly don't have a problem with gentrification, because if your ass lived in a community for 50 years and you ain't get your credit together, you didn't buy no property, you don't own where you live at, and then the white folks raise the property taxes, or the dude that owns the house that you've been renting for 40 years and then put his kids through college with, right? You deserve to be gentrified, as far as I'm concerned, because you're not thinking. You don't understand the importance of ownership or creating wealth. You've been sitting up here all these years. Let's go there. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, yeah, but the thing is, man, Hidden Colors runtime is shorter than the longest average Netflix is. Agreed. But my thing is, man, like I look at a lot of this stuff I see on people when they talk about these documentaries and stuff and how I can watch them and I'm like, that ain't real black empowerment though. That's just talking. YouTube, I'm talking right now. I try to make my channel about black economic empowerment, but if we're going to talk about it, we got to be able to learn to say, okay, brother, you can make $100 million. You might want to stay where you at. You might not want to fuck that up trying to keep it real. Okay. We need a brother that want to go out here and keep it real. Come to YouTube. You got a bunch of jokers, like I say, that sell incense and sell DVDs out the trunk of their car. That's woke and hotel put together. You know what I'm saying? Them brothers, them the ones you want to listen to. The new Wabian, nations of gods in the earth, brothers. That's who you want to listen to. Go. You got a bunch. You got millions of them. You know what I'm saying? But what you don't have is a bunch of brothers that's showing you how to be economically empowered. Showing you step 1, this is what you do. Step 2, this is what you do. This is my experience when dealing with it. This is how you get this. This is how you get that. And quite frankly, when I do that, if I talk about that, I probably will have way less views on my videos. Because that's been the case throughout my channel, is whenever I talk about fuckery, whenever I talk about fuckery, dating and shit like that, that's when I get the most views. You know what I'm saying? When I talk about Leela Rashawn, I get 2 and 3,000 views in a day. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when I talk about how to, I'm at the auction, I think that video got like 200 views. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody give a shit about making money. We want to be entertained. Black folks want to be entertained. That's why you can see, shit that's really ineffective, like Monique. Monique is ineffective as hell, but she takes root in our community because we want emotion. We want to be emotionally stirred. You know what I'm saying? We want to be pushed. Okay, true. Technically, we never truly own homes. Facts. I will agree. But what I'm saying is, a home, and I think that's illegal. First of all, we ain't gonna even go there. You're supposed to have a right to your property. Property rights actually, when they take your property, that's some illegal shit. They're not supposed to be able to do that. That's illegal. The government should not be able to take your property. That's what America was supposed to be founded upon: property rights, right to your private property. They should not be able, as government officials, to just take your shit. That's illegal, right? But that's another video. But the point I'm trying to make is, I don't have a problem with property taxes if I'm economically viable. If I'm in a certain situation and circumstance, you will get your ass gentrified. I mean, it's just the bottom line. If you got a house, like, let's look at the South, right? I'm from Alabama. We got some of the lowest property taxes in the country. We got like houses that got like, a fraction of a percent property tax per year. Like, I see some houses that are worth 120, 140,000. The damn property tax will be $200, man. So you talking about per month, $20 a month in taxes. Now, if you at a certain age, or not just elderly, but if you young or whatever, and you can't afford $200 a year in property taxes in Alabama or in Georgia, where the property taxes ain't that bad either. I mean, even if you got a $250,000 house, your property taxes might be, let's say, $1,000, $1,200 at the most. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about $100 a month in property tax. If you can't afford property taxes, then you probably made some fucked up choices in life. Dare I say? You know what I'm saying? You probably made some fucked up decisions. And we want to, as black people, sweep that shit under the rug and talk about racism and white supremacy. And they gentrifying you out your homes. They wrong. Yeah, they might be, but why the fuck can't you afford $20 a month in Alabama to pay property taxes? What did you do? How did you do that? How did you get that fucked up? See what I'm saying? What did you do? You made some choices. You probably went to school, didn't get your schoolwork. You probably had children out of wedlock before you got married. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit you didn't do. You didn't finish high school. You did something. You go in the hood, that's probably the story. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something. You know how you know I'm telling the truth? Go to school right now. In the hood, right? Go find your elementary school and look at how a lot of those kids act in the school. I know school teachers. They'll tell you, man, these kids ain't got no sense. They ain't got no home training. Life gonna beat them up. They gonna get their ass out. They gonna wind up. A lot of them gonna wind up going to jail, thinking they smart in this system. They think that the girls think fast as hell, trying to have sex in elementary shit like that. You got all that going on, right? So what happens is life catches up with people like that, and so you will wind up going and seeking the level of what you prepared yourself. See, everybody's self-made, just not everybody wants to admit it. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out there. Everybody's self-made, not everybody admits it. So yeah, you probably fucked around and got yourself in a situation where you done messed your money up, right? And now you gotta live in the hood, and then you renting from some white man who owns the house. You paying him $800 or $900 for a $40,000 house. I'm just telling you what I know. I see this shit all the time. White man buy a house in the hood for $30,000. He might buy it for 10. In Alabama, man, I'm gonna keep it a block. I know where you can get houses in Alabama cash for about $3,000, $500. I shit you not. Gunna Warrior, if you still here, please vouch for me. Gunna Warrior, please vouch for me. I said that in a video. Gunna Warrior hit me up. I gave him the lady phone. He called her. The lady was like, yeah, we got a list of houses for $500 a house. Please come in and if you still in here, Gunna Warrior. But that's true. So what's black people excuse? You can buy a house for $500. You got niggas buying belts for $500 in the black community. Come on now. Ferragamo belts, $300 and $400 and $500 belts and shit. I know chicks that get $10,000 tax returns and be broke in 30 days. Every year they get new furniture. every year. And another thing, go in the hood and look at the cars. You don't see no car in the hood over 5 years old unless it's an old school half the time. We stay buying these 22, 23% high interest ass cars. Tell me we don't. You know what I'm saying? So just tell me I'm not telling the truth. What's up, Leah? If you in Birmingham, oh man, it's so much property up there in Birmingham, it ain't even funny. Cheap ass tax lien property. Alabama, you buy the tax deed, you have to what they call adversely possess, which means you have to keep the grass cut, keep it boarded up for 12 months. What is it? Not 12 months. 36 months for Alabama. It's 12 months for the state of Georgia and 36 months for the state of Alabama. And then what you do is you file quiet title. That clears up the title. You file, you file quiet title, and you do that with a judge. You have to put it in the public newspaper, and then if they don't come in and contest it, you get that title fee simple, which means it's free and clear your car, your title, and you can take that title and go borrow against that money. You might have paid $400-$500 for it. See there? That's what you can do. See what I'm saying? But we getting gentrified. Come on, man. You got land banks in DC. Type the word land bank if you think I'm lying. Okay, people in the chat want info for my course. Okay, first of all, I teach class nightly at 8:30. I taught class last night. I teach class every night, Eastern Standard Time at 8:30. Every class is recorded. And from there, I have a Facebook group, Lifting the Veil IT Academy with Sub-Zero. You can't get in that group unless you're a paid customer. I accept it's only $400. I train my students. I interview you. I help you get your resume together. And I pretty much vouch for you as a reference. And from there, you're able to go out and start interviewing. It takes about 10 weeks to do the course. We train T-SQL. I train T-SQL. I train SSIS, and I train SSRS. T-SQL is the SQL language that codes for databases. Then I teach you how to do ETL, which is extract, transform, and load data, which is move data around, basically. Then I teach you SSRS, SQL Server Reporting Services, which is how to report on the data that you have, how to present it in a format where upper management can do something with it, right? So these are the three aspects that I train people on. And like I said, I got students making $55 an hour, $35. The lowest one is like $32 an hour. That's the lowest one right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is making, 70 or more. Everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, hit me up, subzero3639@gmail.com if you want to learn. I do take money on a budget. You know what I'm saying? I will do a budget. I don't take no damn $25 on. I don't do that. I don't even like taking. You know what I'm saying? But I will take 100 per every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, just give me $100. If whatever, man, just hit me up if you need to get in the class. So that's the thing. No, I don't teach Oracle and PL SQL, although I do. I'm gonna tell you something right now. T-SQL, MySQL, Teradata SQL, PostgreSQL, whatever they call it. All of those are very similar. Once you learn one form of SQL, you can kind of finagle and learn the different nuances. And it's pretty much you know SQL, you know SQL. You know what I'm saying? It's like knowing how to drive a stick. Don't make no difference what type of car it is. You know how to drive a stick, you know how to drive a stick. Like that, right? It's just slight differences. That's it in each language. Like PL SQL is very closely related to T-SQL. It's just a few different functions that you can do. You can look all that stuff up real easy, right? So that's that. Hit me up if y'all got any questions. But I'm about to leave, man. I got some stuff to do today. I'm about to hit the gym. I gotta fix up a car I bought at the auction, so I'm finna go ahead and get a compressor and get it put on. I found a compressor for $60. So if you want to buy car parts, car-part.com. Car-part.com. Go to that website, bro. You can get the cheapest parts for any car you got. I got a Jaguar. I need a car for my part. I need a part for my car. I come to Jaguar. I come to this damn website. I don't go to eBay no more for parts. And eBay's supposed to be cheap. I can top eBay easy. All you gotta do is go to car-part.com and it'll get you whatever you want. Just a little nugget. But y'all need any classes, anything anybody want to train, anything like that, hit me up. And like I said, man, as far as black people in America, we are the most blessed people in America. Thank God for what you have. You got your health, you got your right mind. Born in America, you can go make $30,000 a year, brother. You are blessed. Okay, you are in the top. If you making 30, you probably in the top 1% in the world at making $30,000 a year. There are 6 billion people, and you in the top 1% as an African American, and you bitching, complaining about it. That right there shows a lack of humility and just right now, just a lack of appreciation for what you have. I thank God every day for what I have right now. You know, I thank God for my car. I thank God for my health. I thank God for my son. Thank God for my everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Where I live, God blessed me. Yesterday, I thank God for the job opportunity. I'm finna make $70 an hour. God bless me with that's a blessing. I'm appreciative. I'm not ungrateful. I'm not, oh, it's nothing. I'm rich. No, I'm not. I'm not rich. I'm not rich, but I damn sure am grateful for what I have. And as an African American, you should be grateful for what you have and take advantage of it and use it to empower yourself and others. You know what I'm saying? That's that. But these people going to Africa, talking about it's better to be African. Tell that to somebody born in the bush living off $200 a year. You know what I'm saying? That's just real, man. Y'all be blessed. God bless y'all, man.